Hello and welcome back to the library tutorial videos for Professor Draegan English 101. So you guys had a chance to work with Encyclopedia Britannica. The next database that I want you guys to practice with is called Gale Virtual Reference Library. So we'll get into that in just a moment. Gale Virtual Reference Library is actually a collection of ebooks, different encyclopedias and dictionaries. So they give you a lot of different ways of looking at a particular topic, coming from lots of different points of view or different backgrounds. So you get a really good understanding, broad understanding of that particular topic that you're looking at. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the same example as before, looking for intelligence. So let's go ahead and go back into Blackboard to the library page, all articles and ebooks. Okay, what we're going to do now is scroll down, again remember it's alphabetical, and go to the G's for Gale Virtual Reference Library. You'll see that there are actually quite a few. This is just sort of a sample of some of the ebooks that are included in this collection. So you can see, regardless of what kind of topic you're looking for, there should be books to help you understand what it is that you're researching. Okay. In the search box up at the top, I'm going to put the same phrase that I used before, intelligence. Okay. Once again, it might suggest some things like intelligence community or intelligence agency, not what I'm looking for, but you can feel free to use those if it's helpful. Okay. Intelligence, I'll search. Okay, so within all of these ebooks, these encyclopedias and dictionaries, there are over 6,000 things that mention the topic of intelligence. Okay, so you can see here that it comes from lots of different points of view. So here's multiple intelligences in the classroom because it comes from the Encyclopedia of Diversity in Education. Okay, again, multiple intelligences in Encyclopedia of Educational Reform and Dissent. Okay, intelligence from the Encyclopedia of Children's Health. Oh, this one's Military Intelligence, Encyclopedia of World War II. Okay, so you can kind of scroll through here. If this list seems a little bit too long and a little too diverse, there are ways that we can narrow it down. Okay, so you can try putting in your search term, and you might get really good results right off the bat. But let me click here to Gale, the GVRL, to go back to the home screen. If you know there's a particular field that you want to focus on specifically, maybe you're not quite as interested in some of the educational aspects of intelligence and you want to talk a little more about the psychology, you can use these collections to kind of narrow it down. So I want to focus on, let's try like a medical definition, a little more sciencey, a little bit less about like schools and education. So medicine, okay, search within this collection. So here are all the medical online books that are available. Within these books, I'm going to look for the topic of intelligence. Okay, so now it narrows it down. 430 items when we kind of restrict it a little bit more. Okay, so here we have the section on intelligence from the Gale Encyclopedia of Children's Health. Here's intelligence tests from the Gale Encyclopedia of Mental Health. That might be a really good one. Okay, so another one about intelligence tests. Sometimes there are different editions. This one is a 2012. This one's 2008, but they should have fairly similar information. So I'm going to look at the more current one, 2012, okay, and click specifically into this particular article, the section on intelligence tests from Gale Encyclopedia of Mental Health. So this will probably give me some definitions and help me understand what it is when somebody is testing intelligence. What is it that they're looking for? Okay, so we have definition, purpose, description. So again, good information here. Also mentioning some of the standard tests that people use. Okay, so again, you've got good sources of information here, things that you might pull quotations or paraphrase from. Okay, so again, like with Encyclopedia Britannica, if this is something that you decided to use for your research, okay, you have options over here. You can print this off to save it for later. You can download it and save a copy of it on your computer, save it on a flash drive, whatever is convenient for you. Again, you can email this to yourself to have to use later. Send it to your school address or to your personal address. And again, the citation tools are available here. Let me click Citation Tools. Okay, now here we have MLA 8th edition. So some of the databases offer MLA 7 and MLA 8. So you may want to double check which one your professor prefers. Okay, but this is in the 8th edition format. Again, you can copy and paste, give it a quick double check to make sure that there's nothing that stands out. as incorrect, but it looks like it has all the parts and pieces. So again, you can highlight it, right click, copy, and then paste it into your works cited page. Okay. Also, let me show you one other thing. So let's say that we were scrolling through this list in the medical books and it was still a little bit too long. You have another option that you can use here, search within results. Okay, so you can do this either from just a general search, that first search where we had 6,000 results, or for a narrowed down search. Search within results means within this long list, you can add another term or another idea to make it a little bit narrower. So let me put in IQ, like IQ test for your intelligence quotient. Okay, we do a search. Okay, and now all of these will actually have the term IQ somewhere within the results. So here we saw before in that other article some of the standard intelligence tests that can be administered. So if you want to find out a little bit more about how those measure intelligence, you can click into these articles as well. And do remember that because it's a different article or different title, when you open this, if you decide to pull information from this section, okay, the citation is going to be different. So you'll actually be able to use this as a second resource in addition to the one that we clicked on at first. Okay, so once again, this was a search using the term intelligence. So what you want to do is, if you're not already at the main Gale Virtual Reference Library page, you just click the GVRL here. Okay, plug in the term that it is that you were looking for. If you had good results in Encyclopedia Britannica, go ahead and put that same term in again. Okay, but remember once again that there are different ways of asking that same question. So if the phrase, for example, if intelligence didn't work, I can try IQ, or I can try intellect, or I can try creativity as an aspect of intelligence. So think of different ways that you can ask that same question. Okay, if you find that you are stuck and having trouble finding the right term or finding things that work for you, remember that you can contact the library. You can contact any of the locations, Aravaipa, Santan, Superstition Mountains, Signal Peak, or Maricopa, and we can help you look for that information. So go ahead and open up your worksheet and try your terms, see what you can find. Thank you.